Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Braden Timmons, and today we are going to be talking a little bit about Halloween Ends. That's right, guys. I can't believe that we are actually getting ready to start our discussions for next year's Halloween Ends. So if you guys are new here, consider clicking that subscribe button. I've talked a lot about Halloween in the past on this channel, and obviously I plan on talking a lot more about Halloween as we get up to Halloween Ends. But today, it's a pretty interesting topic. I have no idea how long this video is going to be because I want to make sure that I give my full thoughts on this. I've seen a couple of videos and I've seen some other Halloween YouTubers discussing if Josh Hartnett and Danielle Harris are going to be returning to the Halloween franchise for Halloween Ends. And I have some thoughts on that. So first, I'm going to go based off of facts from the actors as to what they have said in terms of expressing their interest coming back to the Halloween franchise. Danielle Harris has been very open to returning to the Halloween franchise. Josh Hartnett, not so much. So that literally comes to us from the Huffington Post from 2017 for Josh Hartnett. So there's an article, I've got it pulled up, so if I'm looking on the side here on my computer, this is from the Huffington Post. This was posted on October 3rd, 2017. This is a little after Jamie Lee Curtis got announced in September of 17 that she was going to be returning to the Halloween franchise as the character of Laurie Strode. So this was all right around the time when the news was like kind of fluctuating towards the internet about Halloween 2018, and now Josh Hartnett said that he isn't interested in being a part of the new Halloween remake. Again, that was at the time when it wasn't necessarily sure what it was going to be. Was it going to be a remake? Was it going to be a sequel? It was still very much unknown. So Josh Hartnett, as of 2017, has said that he is not interested in being involved within this Halloween franchise. Again, that was before the success of Halloween 2018. It's not to say that now if they offer him a solid paycheck that he might, reprise his role or whatever. But Danielle Harris has been always open to returning to the Halloween franchise. We obviously saw her not only in Halloween 4 and Halloween 5, but we also saw her in Rob Zombie's Halloween and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And now she still is expressing major interest in coming back to the Halloween franchise again. So it's not to say that, I don't want to see these characters, guys, because it would honestly be absolutely awesome to see both of them together in one Halloween movie. However, as fans, we have to look at, what they're currently doing with this Halloween franchise. This is not a story where I think that Danielle Harris and Josh Hartnett would fit in. Now, there is one way. There was one way in Halloween 2018 where they could have potentially made this work. And I went back this morning and I rewatched it before I, thought about what I wanted to say in this video. It's the scene where the podcasters, Dana and Aaron, they go to Laurie's compound in the beginning of Halloween 2018, and they're sitting there, they're talking to Laurie about her history, they're talking about Michael Myers, but there's a line from Aaron where if he would have said she had 3 failed marriages instead of 2, he said that she had 2, but if that line would have been that she had 3 failed marriages instead of 2, that could have been a key as to, okay, something could be coming in one of these later movies. Again, at the time, it was unsure whether or not we were actually going to be getting a continuation of Halloween 2018. They didn't announce that until the summer of 2019, that Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends was going to be coming from the same team behind Halloween 2018. But I do think that that could have been one way in if they were going to bring Josh Hartnett's John Tate and Danielle Harris's Jamie Lloyd back into the Halloween franchise. That could have been one way in. Another way is that they could have, during Karen's, dialogue when she was giving her backstory, she could have mentioned something about having some other, siblings, which again, that could have also been a way in. And the reason I'm saying that's the way it would make sense is because it would not make any sense if these two characters came in and weren't related to Laurie Strode. That I just feel like would confuse a lot of the audience, even though, yes, the other movies other than that original Halloween are retconned from this timeline. We all know those characters as Laurie Strode's daughter and as Laurie Strode's son. So I just think that it would be odd if they came back with those names and, why the hell are they there? There's no purpose for them to be there other than that. And another thing is, guys, is that if these characters did come back in Halloween Ends, part of me feels like it would just be kind of for the splat of fan service. Obviously there are fans that are, going around the internet saying they would love Danielle Harris to come back. And I'm sure people would also like to see Josh Hartnett come back as John Tate. But I feel like that it wouldn't fit. You know what I mean? It wouldn't fit with this current story, and I would honestly want a lot of screen time with these characters. I would want to understand where these characters are, and in an hour and 45-minute movie, it's like Halloween Ends, I'm guessing, is probably going to have the same runtime as Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills. Both of them were like an hour 45 minutes. I just feel like that there wouldn't be enough time to bring us up to speed as to where those characters are or why they're there and stuff like that. Again, guys, this is not something that I'm not saying I wouldn't like to see if they can make it make sense. But I honestly think that the best way to go about it would be to give Danielle Harris her own trilogy, because again, I would want to see a lot of screen time with this character. I would want to see her as the central focus, whereas this one is still obviously very Laurie Strode embedded. And Allison is still obviously going to be a big part of it. And we've got Hawkins that's still now going to be a big part of it. And then we've got Lindsay that's also going to be a big part of it. I haven't been a fan as to how they have handled some of these returning characters. And that's the one thing I don't want, guys, is I don't want, Josh Hartnett to come back and Danielle Harris to come back in the final chapter of this trilogy. And them just be there to add to the inevitable body count that Myers is going to have in Halloween Ends. I just don't want to see that. I just feel like that wouldn't serve those characters justice, and that's why I think that, honestly, if they're going to, bring Danielle Harris back, at least, who has expressed major interest in returning to the Halloween franchise, give her her own trilogy. Give her at least 2 additional movies from like that picks up so however many years after Halloween 4, right? Give her like 2 additional movies. It doesn't have to be a trilogy, but it can be like a movie or 2 that picks up where she's at after the events of Halloween 4. I would honestly love to see a really great continuation of the original Halloween 4 and see that where that can go in today's day and age. I think that can be absolutely awesome. But that's kind of like where my thoughts are on it, guys. I don't think that it would make any sense for them to be in. Again, it's not to say that they didn't have ways in this current timeline to where it could have been possible, but since there's already established dialogue in Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills, and there's been no mention of Karen having any other siblings or anything like that, it just doesn't feel like it would be right to bring them into Halloween Ends. Again, guys, Josh Hartnett the last time he spoke about, the Halloween franchise was back in 2017, at least with stuff that's published online. He said that he is not interested in being a part of the Halloween franchise as of 2017. Again, it's not to say that if he doesn't get a paycheck or something like that, that he might be interested in returning. But again, I just feel like that I would want to see these characters in when it makes sense. And I just unfortunately don't think that it makes sense to bring them into the final chapter of the saga of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode. I just think that they should save this stuff for, later Halloween movies. Now, the script's already written. If those characters are involved in it somehow or some way, then there's really nothing that, us fans can do or say or anything like that to persuade studios. And honestly, we barely have, we're just fans, man. We never have a say. The studios don't listen to us. They make their own decisions and they run with it. We just can love it or hate it. That's it. So when it comes down to, this stuff, I just thought I would give my thoughts on Josh Hartnett coming back and Danielle Harris coming back, and I honestly think that they're better off on saving them for future Halloween movies if they intend on bringing these characters in. I really don't want them to, just be added to the inevitable body count in Halloween Ends, especially because I haven't been a fan of how they've handled certain returning characters to the franchise. I thought there was a few characters in Halloween Kills that, shouldn't have even have come back, because again, it just was like a nostalgic ride. But that's pretty much it, guys. So with all that being said, post your guys' comments down below. Let me know, what do you guys think? Do you guys want to see Josh Hartnett, Danielle Harris come back in Halloween Ends for the final chapter of the David Gordon Green Halloween trilogy? Or do you guys kind of think that that would just be a giant splat of fan service like me? And do you guys think that Danielle Harris should at least get 2 additional movies, or maybe an additional movie to pick up however many years after the events of Halloween 4. Whatever your guys' thoughts are, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you guys like this, don't forget to join me on my journey to 10,000 subscribers, and I will see you guys in my next video.